Man lose so much in a life, but me still not worry myself. As sure as the sunshine, long as me got health and strength. Oh, I know. Once there's life, there is hope around the corner. Once there's life, there is hope around the corner. So I smoke marijuana just to cope with the drama. Everything.
Out this thing. There we go. Hopefully the Facebook folks can hear me better now. Just had to take out this this mic thing here. All right, absolutely. Hopefully everyone can hear me okay. So if you can, just give me a quick plug on Facebook. Give me a quick plug on Instagram as well. So last week began, right, with each of the benchmark indexes essentially posting gains as concerns over the resurgent spread of the coronavirus were they were outweighed by a positive start to corporate earnings season. All right. So with that, the global Dow added 0.4%, followed by the Russell 2000. Okay, which edged 0.3%. The large caps of the Dow and the S&P 500 each gained 0.2%, while the NASDAQ ticked up less than 0.1%. So it looks like the stock market actually went up. It posted gains last Monday. So let's see what happened last Tuesday. Last Tuesday, the market reversed course, which means they went down as mega cap technology stocks tumbled. So the NASDAQ posted its largest decline in nearly 2 months after slipping 1.2%. NASDAQ is once again composed of the top technology stocks in the world. All right. And then you had the S&P 500, which fell 0.5%. S&P 500 is composed of the top 500 stocks or companies in the U.S. Right, so just keep that in mind. So the S&P 500 went down. The Dow went down 0.2%. So overall, it wasn't that good of a day in the stock market last Tuesday. Now let's talk about last Wednesday. Let's see what happened. Stocks closed last Wednesday mixed, with the Russell 2000 up 1.5%, the NASDAQ up 0.7%, and the global Dow 0.1%. All right, let's see why this happened. Strong earnings reports and Federal Reserve statement that accommodative measures will remain in place for some time to help drive stocks higher. Right, meaning they're not going to try to hike up interest rates all of a sudden. They're actually going to slow it down a bit, and they're going to allow the economy to do its thing. So remember, there's still concerns about the spread of the COVID-19 Delta variant. You know, there's always these new variants popping up all over the place. So people are afraid that the COVID-19 Delta variant will slow down the economy, basically, which I don't blame them for thinking that way. But ultimately, that's the reality of it. All right, so let's talk about last Thursday. Last Thursday, it looks like we had declining unemployment claims and then also a favorable GDP report, gross domestic product report. The global Dow went up 0.9%, Russell 2000 went up 0.7%, and then the S&P 500 also went up 0.4%. NASDAQ went up 0.1%. All right, so markets went up a little bit, nothing too crazy. But let's talk about Friday. Last Friday, the global Dow went down 0.9%, NASDAQ went down 0.7%, Russell 2000 went down 0.6%, S&P 500 went down 0.5%, and then the Dow went down 0.4%. So not the best day in the markets. Let's see. So far this year, the Dow Jones is up 14.14%. NASDAQ is up 13.85%. S&P 500, composed of the top 500 stocks or companies in the U.S. right now, is up 17.02%. 17.02%. That is huge. That is huge. That is massive, right? Russell 2000 is up 12.73%. And then the global Dow is up 14.16%. So all that to say, all this crazy stuff going on in the world, Delta variant and all these other variants going on, the stock market is still up. So what does that mean? It means you should be invested. You should be in the market. You should be in the game. Get yourself in, whether it is you're starting out, whether it is you're experienced, even if you're investing in real estate or life insurance, please, whatever excess money you have, try to get some of that into the market, right? Even if it's only for a 3-month time span, because the market is growing, and I've seen this over the past 10 plus years. The market has grown consistently. There's only 1 year where the S&P 500 was down in the past 10 years, which is huge. So just keep that in mind. Even though we're in a pandemic, even though we're going through all this turmoil, the stock market still manages to go up. All right, so what to look for this week? Purchasing manager surveys on the manufacturing and services sectors for July are out this week. But most attention will be paid to the July employment figures out this Friday. There were 850,000 new jobs that were added in June. Overall, there were 1.7 million new jobs added over the second quarter of 2021. So the economy is still growing. The economy is still being stimulated. So with that, let's get invested into the market and let's make sure that we're taking advantage of some of these gains. Don't lose out on these gains. Even if you're sitting on the sidelines waiting to buy a property, maybe you're saving some money. Well, take some of that money and invest it, maybe for a short period of time, because as we can see here, the markets are doing this thing. It's going up. And if you're invested in an index such as the S&P 500, what are the chances of it actually going down? What are the chances of Apple going down over the next 5 years? It's almost impossible. They're coming out with so much new stuff. They're such a reputable company that it's very, very hard for them to go down. All right, so with that, thank you for tuning in to WJC LP 98.3 FM Chicago. I'm live on the radio today, and we're also streaming on Instagram and on Facebook. You can also catch us on our website, WJHCradio.org. Once again, that's WGHCradio.org. You can catch that live every single Monday from 7 to 8 p.m. Central, and also you can listen to our other shows as well. I do want to thank everyone for tuning in today. For our Facebook and Instagram listeners, if you don't mind, type it in the chat. Just let us know where you're listening from. And then if you can like and share this video, it's always greatly appreciated. All right, so let me take a step back real quick. Sitting in the office all day sometimes can be a little straining on the back. So with that being said, let's talk about the 9 steps to becoming a millionaire. Remember, full disclosure. This is covered in my book, 7 Figures, How to Become a Millionaire. Right, today we're summing it up, and we're giving you a show that will allow you to get some nuggets. The book can be obtained for free if you're on my Instagram, just check out the first link in my bio. It's called Free Book. If you click that, you can get a free copy sent right to your email. And then for my Facebook folks, it's BaduInfiniteWealth.com. That's a website. Once again, that's BaduInfiniteWealth.com, BADU InfiniteWealth.com. You can get the free ebook, 7 Figures, How to Become a Millionaire, and it'll come to you 100% free. All right, so 9 steps to becoming a millionaire. All right, shout out, let's see. I am Olivia says from Instagram, Miami tuned in. Shout out to MIA. Love Miami, by the way. Oh, my goodness. It's one of the best places I've ever been in my life. Every time I go to Miami, we have a great time, and it feels legendary. Miami feels like a foreign place sometimes. It feels like you're going to Cancun or Bermuda or something. Love Miami, so shout out to the MIA. All right, so step 1 to becoming a millionaire. Remember, today we're talking about the 9 steps to becoming a millionaire. Step 1 is to start a successful business. Now, we've done an entire segment on the 5 steps to starting a successful business. However, today, we're going to sum it up. Step 1 is you need to find something that you're good at, something that you're passionate about, and something that you truly enjoy doing. For me, it was taxes, right? I enjoyed taxes. I enjoyed accounting. I enjoyed being in business for myself. So that was my passion, and I decided to pursue that and turn that into a company called Badu Tax Services LLC, which today is a CPA firm with over 2,500 clients across all 50 states in the U.S., and we have clients in over 25 countries at the moment. All started with a dream, all started with a vision, and it turned into reality on September 16, 2016, when I turned in my 2-week notice at my previous company, PricewaterhouseCoopers, or PwC. So that's step 1. Step 2 is do some research in your industry. Pull out the industry reports from IBIS World or Google search, YouTube. Start doing some research on your industry so you can learn a thing or two or a little bit more about your respective industry. So that's step 2. Step 3 is to be sure to put out a business plan. So as you're doing your research, please make sure you're putting it on paper so that it can generate into a business plan. The business plan is something that all the research, all the stuff that's in your brain, you're actually writing it down. If it's not written down, it does not exist. You might as well forget about it. So as things come to you in your mind and as you're doing your research, write it down so you can put it on a business plan. Step 4, right? Step 4 is to basically test out your business plan on a few people, a few customers. People that you said were your target customers, or start talking to them. Start having conversations, real conversations about the product or service that it is you're offering. Maybe test it out. Say, hey, for a trial run, we'll give it to you for free, or whatever it is. Or if we do it for free, just refer as somebody that you know. Now you can create a brand ambassador out of that client, that prospect. Step 5 is to launch the business. After you've gone ahead and tested out your business plan, you basically launch the business full throttle and you put it out there in the market. Right? You put it out there in the market. So just keep that in mind. Let's see. Lordana has a comment here. Let me read it. She says, I can help local small businesses and nonprofit organizations with their marketing plan with my business. Let's see. Connex Group, Inc. Absolutely appreciate you for sharing that, Lordana. All right. And then shout out to Koyuma. He bought a badge on Instagram. Definitely appreciate you for that. Yeah, you can go ahead and purchase a badge on Instagram. That's the new thing that they got out there right now. All right, so go out and check out Lordana's business if you need a marketer, someone who can help you with your marketing. So that's the 5 steps. Step 1 is to find something you're passionate about, something that you're good at. Step 2 is to do some research in your industry. Step 3 is to write down the business plan on paper, basically, or basically develop a business plan. Write down your ideas, your research on paper. Step 4 is to test out your business plan. And then step 5 is go ahead and launch the business and actually put it out there in the market. Shout out to Mr. Candy, Mr. Candy Ghana himself. Definitely big ups. And it was great seeing you at the Ghana Chicago picnic this past weekend, by the way. Shout out to the Ghana National Council, or GNC for short. All right, so that's step 1. Step 2 is build passive income. As you're making money in your business, in your main business, your active business, you need to start generating passive income in the form of real estate, life insurance, whatever it is. Start generating that passive income so that you no longer have to work for money. You can still choose to work. So for me, for example, I've been fortunate enough, thankfully, thank God for this. I've been fortunate enough to not have to wake up and work for money. I don't have to do taxes each day. I used to when I didn't have any passive income, but now that I've been able to build some passive income, I no longer have to, and instead, I'm working hard to build passive income. Why do I still get up and do taxes? Because I'm working hard to build assets, to create assets that would generate me passive income. What are assets? We're talking about real estate. We're talking about rental properties. We're talking about utilizing an FHA loan that allows you to buy up to a 4-unit building with as little as 3.5% down payment, and you can basically make cash flow. You live in 1 unit or Airbnb, whatever it is you want to do with the 1 unit, and then you have 3 other tenants, 3 other units, paying your mortgage, paying your bills every single month. Imagine if you had 3 of those, or 4 or 5, right? So when you accumulate passive income, it allows you to no longer have to work for money. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? So what you do here is, as you're making money, as your business enters the profit zone, you want to take some of those profits, or all of it, take some of those profits and reinvest it into income-producing assets, such as real estate, that will produce you passive income. It would generate you a cash cow, basically. Right? So you take your profits from your business that you just started, and you reinvest it into income-producing assets, such as rental real estate. Very important. And then as you're building your business, try to bring people on. As you become a master in your field, you are truly the master of your craft. If you're the master of your craft, why can't you teach other people about your craft? Right? So if you're the true master behind your craft, teach others how to do the same. Bring on other tax preparers. Bring on other life insurance agents. Bring on other marketing folks so that you teach them exactly what you've been doing. They replicate, they duplicate your efforts, your whatever it is you're doing, so that they make money, but you make money along with them. This is called leverage income. This is why Jeff Bezos is the wealthiest man on the planet, because he basically has learned the game. He's taught it to other people where they make some money with him, but he's making money along the process. Here's the thing, without sweating, without working. He makes money without him actually working. That's called leverage income. When your business can make money without you even working in it, right? So the thing is, you ultimately have your business that's making money. You're working in it. You're doing whatever it is in your business, and then you're teaching it to somebody else so that they can make money on their own. Plus, you make some money with them, right? This is called leverage income. And then you take all those profits and then you reinvest it into rental real estate to produce passive income. You can do the same thing with life insurance, the stock market, whatever it is. But my advice usually is say, hey, you know, let's go out and get some real estate so you can get some foundation. And then let's also make sure we're getting things like life insurance, and to make sure that we're accelerating our wealth at a massive pace. So you think about it, look at all the millionaires, look at all the billionaires in the world. Do you really think all they do is work for money? Absolutely not. Their money works more for them than they are working. That's why they become billionaires, because the acceleration of their wealth is at a massive pace. They have a massive acceleration of wealth. And you can do the same. You just have to follow these steps. So step 1, start a successful business. It's not easy, of course, but you can do it. Follow the 5 steps to starting a successful business. Step 2 is to build passive income. Money you don't have to work for. You will have to put in some time and energy up front, but over the long run, you don't have to work for passive income. Step 3, educate yourself. Continue to become the master of your craft, the master of what it is you do. Because then, as you're educating yourself, you're learning more about your craft, you're becoming more valuable, you're charging more for your service, and then you're teaching it to others so that they can learn what it is you do. They go out in the marketplace and provide that same product or service. They make money, but you make money along with them. As they generate dollars, you make dollars with them, right? So you make money together. That's called leveraged income. Right, so educate yourself, meaning listen to audiobooks. For me, I listen to about 30 audiobooks every single year. Just being tuned in, spending about an hour, 30 minutes to an hour during my lunch breaks, during time where I'm not too focused on a specific task, right? I'm listening to an audiobook. Every morning I wake up, I'm listening to Bloomberg Radio to get to understand what's going on in the market. Because I'm invested into the market. So I need to understand what's going on in the respective market. So educate yourself. You can go out and read physical books. You can go out and watch YouTube videos. Before this presentation tonight, I was actually listening to a YouTube video talking about PPP loans and EIDL and how the status of the programs, right? Shout out to Mr. Ben Kudum for listening. Definitely appreciate you for tuning in. So educate yourself. You can't over-educate yourself when it comes to this. So spend some time. I would say invest at least 2 hours each and every day into your education. Right? Into your education. Whether it's reading a book, reading an article, listening to something like this, checking out my website, jeffbadu.com, checking out my Infinite Wealth course, going on YouTube, going on Google, whatever it is, go ahead and educate yourself. Now, try to make it relevant to what it is you're doing, but consistently educate yourself. Then the 4th step really is establish good habits. Establish a morning ritual. What will you do when you wake up? For me, I wake up now at 7 a.m. every single day. I thank my Lord and Savior, and I thank God for the beautiful woman that he's put next to me each and every morning, right? That's part of my ritual. And then I drink a full bottle of water, right? Get everything going. And then listening to Bloomberg, hop in the shower, right? That's all part of your morning rituals. During the day, you might have meetings throughout the day. What time of the day will you allow the meetings to be? What time will you block off for checking emails? Right? What time will you block off for doing marketing during the day? So that's your work rituals. And then you may have your after work rituals, where maybe you do a workout. I work out from 5 to 6 p.m. every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. I do nothing else during that time but working out. Right? Then I come to places like this where I do my radio show or we do a webinar. We do about at least two webinars a week now. So you can feel free to tune into those as well. So morning rituals, work rituals, after work rituals, and then evening rituals as well. Right? So you'll eat dinner, you'll watch a movie, you'll watch TV, you'll drink some wine, you'll drink some water, and then of course you sleep. I would hope you're getting at least 6 to 8 hours of sleep. That's the ideal sleep time. For me, I try to shoot for 8 hours every single night. No matter what's going on in the world, I'm going to try to shoot for 8 hours that night unless it's a deadline. The only exception is if it's a deadline. And even during deadlines, I still set boundaries so that it can avoid doing anything that goes against my sleep time. I take my sleep time very seriously because in my field, my brain needs to be fresh and I need to be able to do things in order to get me throughout my day. So nowadays, I don't feel tired. Like right now I'm speaking to you, I don't feel tired at all. I woke up today at 7 a.m. I don't feel tired. It's 7:36 p.m. in Chicago. I'm already at it 12 plus hours so far today. And I don't feel tired at all. Right after this, go eat dinner, watch a movie, relax, right? Then go to sleep. So establish good habits. Establish good habits. Habits are things that allow us to get to the next level. When you have bad habits, it leads to a bad future. When you have good habits, it leads to a great and bright future. So establish good habits, whatever it is. For me, part of my habits was making sure that I stayed in shape, drinking water. I'm always drinking water. Like if you ever see me on a Zoom call, if you ever see me talking to someone, I usually have a bottle in my hand, drinking water. So for me, I'm always drinking water. I work out at least 3 times a week. And I also go on walks to make sure I get my steps in. I get my 8 hours of sleep each night, or I try to at least. Some nights, of course, your mind is racing and all of that. So it's a little hard, especially if you're an entrepreneur where your mind is always racing. But you should always try to get some sleep. Whatever it is, meditation before sleep. For me, I meditate before going to bed. So, and I also I go to bed while watching a movie. So I usually tune into something so that I can get my mind off the business, off everything else that's going on in the world. So establish good habits early and often. Step 5 is automate your life and your business. This is very important. Anything you can do to automate your life, your systems, and your business, go ahead and do it. So automate your bookkeeping through QuickBooks. Automate your emails and all the day-to-day tactical stuff to utilizing a virtual assistant. Automate your phone system through a receptionist. If you're on vacation, set up out of office message so people know that you're on vacation, so they know not to disturb you while you're on vacation. So automate your life, automate your systems, automate your calendar booking system. We utilize Calendly to book meetings. And if someone requests a meeting, we send them a direct link and they choose a time that they want. Instead of the back and forth, hey, are you available at this time? Oh, no, I'm available at this time. Oh, somebody just booked a meeting at this time. Are you now available at this time? And now it's a back and forth. Well, why not just send them a link to your calendar, which is in real time? They click the link, they book it. It sends them 3 reminders before the meeting, plus a text reminder. And then it sends them a follow-up email right after the meeting. I mean, how automated and convenient is that? When I learned that from my business coach, it changed everything. It changed everything. Some people literally have receptionists or assistants just for scheduling meetings. What's the point? Right? What's the point? Now, if you're someone like Warren Buffett, then you may have someone who's a personal assistant who's handling those sort of things. But honestly, how much easier would it be if you can just send someone a link that has all your availability in there instead of, hey, back and forth, when are you available? Are you available at this time? So find ways to automate your life and your business. Right? Find ways to automate your life and your business. Just keep that in mind. Number 6, master the 4 key areas to life. Master the 4 key areas of life. What do I mean? Physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental. Once again, physical, spiritual, emotional, and mental. You got to master these 4 areas in life. If you don't, you'll be very, very miserable. Physical, working out. For me, 3 times a week. Spiritual, praying to God, listening to 8 hours of gospel every single day, singing in my church's choir, and attending church each and every Sunday, and reading the Bible each and every day, right? And then occasionally fasting, So you got to feed the spirit, feed the spiritual being within, because the spirit is what allows you to do all things. They say, I can do all things through Christ. Well, that's what they mean, is through your spiritual life is what you can do. Whoever you worship, by the way. For me, it's Christ. And then you have, emotional, making sure you have a loved one, making sure that you are doing things that, you're taking time for yourself, to love yourself. You're taking time to do things like massages and watching movies and being with your loved ones, spending time with them and writing poems for them and just doing things together, right? That's all the emotional. You always have to have a good emotional well-being. And then mental, reading books, meditation, right? Establishing good habits, making sure your money's right. So these are all things we have to do in order to get us in that millionaire mindset, millionaire plus mindset. So those are the 4 key areas of life. Number 7, can't stress this enough, protect your assets, please. Do not ever do business with someone unless you have an LLC, a limited liability company, an INC, a corporation. Please, whenever you're doing business with somebody, please make sure you have these things in place. An LLC, an INC. This will allow you to protect your assets. If someone were to sue you, they would now have to sue your LLC, and they can only claim the LLC's assets if they won the lawsuit. Also, protect your assets with trust. O.J. Simpson asset protection, bulletproof protection. Put things in a trust. If you have a child, you should have a revocable living trust. A revocable living trust that allows assets to pass down from generation to generation without you having to go through the court process known as probate, where they distribute your assets to those who want it, basically. When you have a trust, the trust says exactly who gets what, right? And then number 8, can't stress this enough, acquire a mentor, a coach, someone who's done it before you, someone who knows more than you do. For me, without hiring a coach, a business coach and a personal coach, I wouldn't be anywhere like today. My business would be shut down. I'd be fed up about life, and I wouldn't really understand why certain things are happening to me. So hire a coach, a mentor, right? A coach is someone who's going to guide you throughout the process to make sure that you're not making certain mistakes, along the way. Basically, a coach is going to show you how to do things. They're going to coach you on step-by-step processes that you have to put in place, things you have to do in order to get to where you need to be. A mentor is more of a guidance circle, someone who's going to guide you in the right direction and just basically be there and say, hey, this thing that you're doing, you might want to do it differently, right? So they're almost one and the same. A mentor is one and the same as a coach, but a coach is more of someone who's getting you to a certain destination. A mentor is someone who's taking you along the journey, basically. right? So a coach, you hire a coach to coach you on something specific, like training. You hire a fitness coach who's going to get you in shape. But a mentor is going to tell you that, hey, this is how we go about the journey throughout life in general. So I see mentors as more of life, and then I see coaches of more on the business side. Last but not least, step 9, none of this would make sense if you're not giving back. Give back to the community. Give back to your church. Give back to a charity. Give back to somebody, because when you give more, you get more. You don't get anything if you're not given anything. That's the code of life. If you're not given anything, how can you expect to receive anything? Let me tell you a story. My first day of paying tithes to my church was when I got the courage to ask my beautiful wife, Miss Yvonne Badu, out on a date. My first day of paying tithes to my church was the very, very, very first day I had the courage to ask my beautiful wife, Yvonne, out on a date. Long story short, we've been married, right? We're currently married, and we've been together ever since that day. I've never stopped paying tithes to the church, ever. I don't even think about it. It don't matter if I'm on my last dollar, I'll give that dollar, right? So, because I know what could happen if I don't pay tithes to the church. Who knows? I might get crushed if I miss a week of tithes. Who knows? But give back. It doesn't just have to be tithes. It can be you volunteering. It can be you starting a nonprofit that helps feed the homeless. It could be an entrepreneurship platform that you allow young women to come and display their businesses, where they can get an opportunity to receive funding from investors. It could be anything, right? Just give back. And usually I recommend you give back to something that you are passionate about and something that ties back to your field. So for me, being a financial services, expert or in the industry, I tend to teach on financial literacy, like I'm doing on the radio show right now. We're literally teaching financial literacy, talking about the 9 steps to becoming a millionaire. So please give back. It is truly what proves what it is that we've done for the world. It's what proves that we truly care. And it's the reciprocal effect. When you give more, you tend to get more. So with that, let me just recap. Today we talked about the 9 steps to becoming a millionaire. Step 1 is to start a successful business. Step 2 is to build passive income. Step 3 is to educate yourself. Can't stress that enough. The best thing you can ever invest in is your own self and your education. Step 4 is to establish good habits. Step 5 is to automate your life and your business. Step 6 is to master the 4 key areas of your life. Step 7 is to protect your assets. Step 8 is to acquire a coach / a mentor. And last but certainly not least is to give back. If you follow these 9 steps, I guarantee you that you will be on a path, right? On a path to becoming a millionaire. I can't guarantee that you will become a millionaire. What I can guarantee you is you will be on a path to becoming a millionaire. Now, whether or not you decide to follow these steps, that's up to you. Whether or not you decide to follow this path, it's up to you. Nobody's forcing you to do anything. This is simply advice. You're listening to free advice right here on the radio tonight, on Instagram, also on Facebook. I challenge you to take action. Reach out to me. Shoot me an email. My email is jeffbadu@gmail.com. Once again, that's jeffbadu@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Let me know what you thought about this tonight. Take some action. And then check out the free book, 7 Figures, How to Become a Millionaire. You can catch that if you're on Instagram. Just click the link in my bio. It's the first link in my bio. And then on Facebook, it is baduinfinitewealth.com. Once again, that's baduinfinitewealth.com. I also encourage you to check out my Infinite Wealth course that's available. You can catch that on my website, jeffbadu.com. Once again, that's jeffbadu.com. That site also has infinite resources, including the 3 books that I've written. So there you have it. All right, 9 steps clearly laid out. And this is just a touch of the book that I wrote, 7 Figures, How to Become a Millionaire. I encourage you all to really check that out. If you need anything from me, please let me know. Check out my website, jeffbadu.com. And I'm always here to help. I'm always here to help you grow and do whatever it is that you're looking to do in life. Remember, it's your life. You live it, and you can live it abundantly, just like the good book said. So with that being said, and thank you to Olivia. I am Olivia says, thank you so much for this. Absolutely. Definitely appreciate you for tuning in. And thank you to everyone who listened on Facebook. Thank you to everyone who listened on Instagram. You just listened to WJC LP 98.3 FM Chicago, the show Money Talks. My name is Jeff Badu, and I look forward to continuously delivering you all some content. Thank you.